a little more raw real.
Let us know your thoughts.
Let us know your thoughts. Is this still worth it for us to try to continue to push on the live front, or should we just go ahead and ditch this and give you guys a pre-recorded message so you can watch it on your own time? Let us know your thoughts.
Yes. Well, I think they can actually watch it on their own time, too. Oh, welcome to our live show. Woohoo! On YouTube.
On YouTube. YouTube is old faithful over there. LinkedIn is having issues as usual.
Having issues. Where did we leave off? Book. Finished the book. Editing. Now I'm in editing the 207 out of 300 some odd pages of the book. AI slop. I think it was AI
Yeah,
slop.
we were talking about AI.
Well, also more specifically, because you did dictate to the AI, but when I'm reading it, it's his own words and his thoughts, and it's the style of actually speaking compared to the style of writing. My style and Alex's style tends to be more direct when writing, and speaking it's more. Oh, hey, that was me.
We are live on LinkedIn.
Woohoo! So yeah, there was a difference, and I've been looking the conversations on LinkedIn right now. It's like talk about all this AI slop, and people are actually changing their writing styles because they don't want to be identified with the AI slop. But I'm noticing that people are actually I'm noticing that AI is actually getting better at picking up people's different writing styles, and people are trying to change their writing style so that they don't be associated with the AI slop. So it's very interesting to see that right now happening on actually all platforms. LinkedIn is most notorious for talking about it. The other platforms, not as much, but people are kind of, I don't know, what are your thoughts?
I think that my thoughts are, I think the AI is actually changing the way people are starting to talk, because everybody sounds the same. To me, I don't. You say you can see a difference. I see no difference. I think everybody sounds exactly the same, and it's all this super polished academia type talk. It's got the same prose. It's got the same structure. It's all. I feel like it's all the same, but I think the difference though is that people's perception of how they actually talk and write is changing, because now AI has been embedded in our system, and most people at this point have been using it at some level to write things, whether it's emails or communications or whatever it is. And I think it's fundamentally changing how people look at themselves, because we are trying to rise to the standard that AI now has set as this is what good communication looks like. And so now it's been out there so long that we're actually defaulting to a different way of talking or a different way of writing. And we're just like, yeah, that sounds like me. And they're just kind of like adopting this persona that AI is putting on because it sounds better. Who doesn't want to sound better than how they actually sound, right? Everybody wants to sound better. And so we start believing our own BS, right? Where it's like, yeah, AI is that's me. I would have said that,
Is that the whole underlying point of AI?
I mean,
to make people actually second thought.
But no, exactly. I think essentially at this point, what's happening is we're at the beginning stages of this big amalgamation of just one big speak. It's like,
hey, one voice, one communication style.
But it's the same style, but it's no originality. That's the issue. That's why I like the live stream here, because it's like there's no polish, even though it's so hard. Oh my gosh.
Well,
this is like the most frustrating thing.
With the writing style, I do notice back in the day it was all about the paragraphs, right? Academia, paragraphs. But then now, and everybody's like LinkedIn bio, and even mine, now it's kind of like separated out into sentences. With spaces in between, because it's easier for AI to read. So we're actually trying to change our writing style to get more recognized by AI, because AI is now technically the new SEO or whatever you want to call it, So we want to get recognized by AI more. So I guess I can see your point of us trying to change our behavior to adapt to AI, maybe adopt AI.
Everybody's trying to figure out what this new tool does, and the issue with it is that it changes the way you communicate. And if you don't, the danger I see is that you stop having the ability to have original thought. and you start thinking more of yourself without earning the knowledge, right? Because knowledge or information is everywhere.
Yeah.
You can do literally anything you want or learn anything you want. Information is not the lack. It's the ability to own the knowledge and put it into your own context with your own voice and develop original thought and interpretation of the knowledge and the information that separates people that are truly more creative type versus just somebody that is regurgitating. And that's the danger. And I think that
I feel like this is what was it, 1984, Animal Farm, like all those books back in the day of like, oh, Big Brother is Ayn Rand, you know, she's put some out there too. There's no original thought. Everyone just, it's collective good, collective
this is
whole.
the collective, this is basically the collective thoughts
Oh,
of
just
everybody.
so nice.
And
Like,
everybody is just,
I feel like everybody's just kind of like
adopting it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
And then
because I agree, I own that knowledge.
Or because
I
I
agree with that,
I now
am
completely
understanding of everything that I just read.
Right?
Because I conceptually agree, and I have no original thought of my own, and I'm not putting it through any type of lens. I'm not using any kind of filters. I'm just kind of like blanketly saying yes. Whatever AI puts out, that's what I'm going to say. Now here's where I think is interesting. Here's where my observation is that the big guys don't care. Big guys don't actually care about trying to be super specific or trying to sound super authentic, because they're going for massive volume of distribution, right? And it's, to me, that's super interesting because what they're doing is a mass scale of just all kinds of hitting you all kinds of different ads and different organic, and they're taking all the hits of like which ones out of the 500 pieces today of content that I just produced, which ones are the handful five winners of the 500, and then that feeds the AI to say talk about this more, right? And that's where I think for a long, like, it's so hard to stand out because everybody is being inundated with all kinds of really AI slop, and we're all just kind of exhausted of it. But at the same time, we're getting desensitized to it.
That's a danger.
Yeah.
That's a real danger. Because once we start becoming desensitized to it, so it's, I forgot who said it. Whatever one generation tolerates, the other generation accepts as truth. And so once we are desensitized to it, and it kind of, I guess, just kind of accept it, the next generation is going to be like, oh yeah, that's truth. So it's, I don't know. That's a fear that comes in the background.
Well,
a good example of this is
television
ads,
right?
Like
this is called.
Wait a minute. You mean like commercials?
Yes, this is like a commercial.
For those of us that are born and grew up during the 90s,
we remember commercials.
Yes.
During Saturday morning cartoons, there would be a 20-30 second break where they would have a commercial for something that somebody else was selling.
Cereal. Get your new cereal. You can do toy
Collective all, right? This is the new desensitization. Can I say that? Is that the word?
No, I think
that's the correct way of saying it.
Yeah,
like this is actually, we're seeing this in real time. The television producers conditioned everybody to accept advertising.
Yeah.
They just nobody anymore. You know, like now you can now it's a premium, right? Now it's a premium feature to not have to go through advertising anymore, but only on certain platforms. But we've been conditioned as a society here in the United States that commercials or advertising is just normal. This is a way of life, right? This is the same thing as on social media. It used to be social media was just a peer-to-peer connection platform, right? Where people can exchange ideas and thoughts and originality and keep up with social life.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Now everything is about conditioning you to advertising, right? I don't know about you, but my Instagram feed, every 4 out of 5 posts that I'm looking at are all paid advertisements.
It's
all of them.
promoted.
It's all promoted. Now they're all designed to look like creative so that you don't tell the difference, or that you're not really trying to tell the difference anymore. But it's all advertising. almost 100% of everything we consume today is an advertisement for somebody at some point.
I mean, that's just a way of life that we don't really see it. We're always advertising something. Like, look at your shirt. We're
That's true.
always advertising something. Whether it be name brands, whether it be, just whatever you are. But I think that's just our way of life.
So
So that we don't really.
But bringing this all back, is AI is rapidly speeding up the amount of
I think the gap. It's bad.
Yeah,
closing
it's
the gap.
closing the gap on original thought.
Yeah.
And there used to be different people that had different ideas, and you could say, hey, I agree with this person. I like what this person's about. But now going forward, it's like you almost have to not participate in the ecosystem for what we did. We've been actually cut off from social media or from mainstream pop culture for so long because I was a C for 12 years. I was gone for almost 8 years out of 12.
And I wasn't even on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even active,
But what we did was actually lived.
Yes.
And so now that we've lived the life, now we're showing it on social media. As
Well,
a way
now
of-
that we're back, like it's now a game changer to be on social media because you get more visibility. It's like it's being like on the Super Bowl commercial, paying for that advertisement. Now it's bringing it down to people who are just have normal businesses, Main Street businesses. Now it's actually a leverage tool. So you have to be on social media, and it's not just like one platform. It's multiple platforms to get the most visibility out there. So you have to be on it now. So now that we went from no social presence, like a little, like we were, Facebook came out in college. Like we were the college students that used Facebook. But it was just for a little bit. And then we had a big gap of, no, I'm not on social media. Like, this is ridiculous, We just lived our lives. And now coming back onto it, full blown, but with the mindset and the perception of like, oh, we know what life is like before social media entered our lives, Now I think it's a different perspective and different lens that we have. Now with being on it full time, showing our life, like, it's a perspective that I don't think a lot of people, our younger generations, have.
So right now our oldest is 11. It's going to turn 11 here soon.
Yeah.
And our youngest is 4.
And
they don't have any social media presence.
Other than
we do post pictures of our kids online, but
they
have no interaction with social media.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I like.
And we are
Do
gonna
Do they watch movies? Yes, they watch movies.
Yeah, of course we watch movies as a family. It's not a
It's not a
disconnection, but what it is a for social media in particular, I do not want our children to be exposed to that until their brains have matured enough to recognize, because I see, look at how even ourselves and the danger of just sitting there scrolling. That social media is designed to keep you engaged, to keep you on the loop, right? And I don't want our children to grow up with that attention deficit disorder.
Well, there's also different noises in your head too. Like there's different noises competing in your head, different mindsets competing in your head. When you consume that much social media, it's hard to find your own voice too.
Yeah, and I don't know if ADD, defining it as ADD is the right term. That's probably not the right term for it.
Probably
but
not.
but their attention span is shorts, right? We did a deep dive on YouTube in particular, and people used to have an attention span that lasted, I think, a minute and a half, and over the last just year, it's dropped down to 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, and then on Instagram, the hooks used to be like, oh, you have 3 seconds to capture your audience with a good hook. No, it's like 1 second now. I'm like, what happened?
Essentially, the attention span of people has continues to drop, and it's a negative reinforcing feedback cycle, because what it does is it forces creators to create content that constantly is faster. So because the creators are trying to go faster, the attention span is now adjusting down to where the creators are putting it, and it's actually just shrinking.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we do is we actually love when our kids listen to audiobooks.
Yes.
So they'll sit in a room literally for hours. We get a good book series on. They'll sit and they'll listen to audiobooks for hours just quietly playing, and they're completely entertained.
So instead of sticking your kid in front of a TV, like I'm guilty of that too. When I needed, my 2-year-old needed to, and he was FC, I just needed time of like, hey, don't hurt yourself. Like I have to go to the bathroom, kind of like, here, watch your favorite cartoon. But now, like I love it now. Like try this with your kids. Condition them to listen to an audiobook. It's like listening to radios back in the day in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Before TV, it's like everybody huddle up against the radio and just like captivated. But have them color at the same time, or have them do Legos, like work on something, build stuff while they're listening to the audiobook. And I can see a difference already. We've listened to like 4 books in the past like 2 days maybe. I can see a difference even with our kids now who don't have social media, who are not scrolling. Their attention span and their comprehension. We just finished up our reading cycle, our English cycle with the kids, and I can tell the difference in one of the kids is the comprehension, and actually the fluency of the reading has gotten better. And that's what they do.
But that is built. That muscle is built.
Yes.
And so, I think parents absolutely need to be a lot more conscious about what muscles and what mind, the mental capacity of the children is being conditioned.
Right.
If we're just always outsourcing the mental conditioning to public school system or to the television, even worse.
Yeah.
We're basically setting our kids up to be at
I was going to say something. I don't know if it's derogatory.
Yeah. No, we're setting them up for failure.
Yes, we are. And also it's also on the parent side too. The parent. So one thing that I noticed personally of like living in a house with the kids, I'd be like, okay, just go to your room. Like I can't handle you right now. Now living inside a camper and on the road and visiting other people's house, visiting our family and our relatives, I can't do that and be like, oh, go to your, like I can't do that. We have to be physically with our kids, and we ourselves as parents has to build that muscle of like, oh, we have to deal with our children. It's I don't even know what the word is, but.
There's
a tolerance. Maybe
tolerance.
a tolerance.
Well, there's no hiding.
Yeah,
right?
There's no hiding whatsoever.
There's zero hiding. You can't hide behind the TV.
And you just have to face it.
You can't hide behind the big space in a big house. You can't hide behind it. You actually have to face these issues and train the child. And that's been it's not easy. Again, I'm
no,
self-professing. Like we don't get it right every day.
No.
Sorry.
We don't get it right every day.
We don't get it right every day. Sometimes I elbow my wife.
I was like, comb my hair.
I try to comb my hair, keep it out of my eyes.
No, but it's both ways. It's not just the kids; it's also the parents too.
Yeah, it's tough. So big things that we got coming up. We're going to be launching our new website. It's going to be coming out. I'm still working on it. I've just finished writing all the copy for it and building out the structure and architecture.
Yes.
But we're going to be launching that either later today. You're going to start to see some stuff come out on masteryourship.com, which I'm super excited about. And so people can start learn about what the book is all about, and hear about us, our story, and how people can get in touch with us. We're going to have some great reference sources, checklists.
We got some C stories.
We got some C stories in there. Like it's the website, the branding is a complete overhaul. We didn't want to just try to patch wheel it. This is a complete overhaul. And again, we're building it using Claude Code, which is another skill that we've developed, but
that we had to learn. Because we built other websites in Claude Code.
Yeah, after doing this a few times, you kind of get the repetition in. So
yes,
but it should be fully functional, fully operational. Today's Thursday, the 21st. By tomorrow, absolutely the 22nd, the whole website should be fleshed out, because Claude Code will probably time me out at least once or twice before I get finished.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
But this is a major update.
Mm-hmm.
The book, again, first draft is already done. We've already gone through most of it, doing
I have
a
to dig
first
up
round
all of
edits.
our old pictures.
Yeah, we're going to be inserting all kinds of great pictures and
The
photographs.
pictures, the
Like-
cloudy pictures with the digital camera back
Yeah.
in the day. Yeah, we took a lot of pictures.
Pictures of me as an Amish grease monkey because all I could grow was a neck
Is that
beard.
derogatory? I don't know.
I don't know, but that's me. So it was because I could only grow a neck beard. Like I couldn't grow a neck beard, and I was covered in
You mean a
grease.
beard,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That was it. So covered in grease, head to toe. I think I only wore one pair of pants for like 105 days,
That's disgusting.
and I'm not sure if I ever washed them.
Pretty brilliant. You don't even have to like.
They actually
Change
could have
them.
probably walked off the ship themselves after that trip.
No, hazmat bag.
Yeah,
That's gross.
I got some dirty looks on the plane ride home that trip. So, but those were 19-year-old. I mean,
That's what I'm married.
yeah. I was 19 at the time. I was a young man.
Oh my goodness, you didn't care.
So it was, but those are some of the cool stories that we're going to be able to share, and also we're going to be sharing a lot of the failures that we had there in business ourselves. Like I had to shut down a full repair shop, printed circuit board repair and rework facility in Orlando with 7 full-time technicians. I had to shut it all down one day and send everybody home. Probably one of the hardest days of my life, but that happened because of the failures that I didn't understand how to build a business and how to build it correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing some of these details in the book. A lot of good sea stories.
So that you can
Yeah,
learn.
so a lot of good business stories so that people can see the difference between a business built with longevity and legacy in mind versus something that's built to make you feel like you're in control.
Yeah.
So big lessons, big steps, big milestones for us personally. And if you want to get in touch with us and you want to be one of the first 2 this month to go through our process of walking you through the 4 C's, the 4C framework of
No pun intended.
installing course, crew, cadence, command inside of your business, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Love to walk you through
DM
it.
us.
What this looks like. Either reach out to us, DM us here on LinkedIn if you're watching there, or DM us over on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. But get in touch with us. We'd love to share some more information about what this new program is and what it can do for you and the freedom it can bring to you and your family.
Yes.
So with that, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm glad that our recording studio lasted this long.
Yes.
So we'll try to keep getting better
Thank
with
you.
this, and appreciate your patience, and we'll see you all next week.
All right. See ya.